Hello, this is Maithilee Samant. From sunny California. Hello to everyone. And how to pronounce my name? If you want to remember, easy remember is to think about mighty Thor. So Maithilee, that kind of Maithilee, but it's Maithilee. So then let me share my screen and start presenting. So can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. So hello, this is Maithilee Samant, founder and CEO of Mirro.ai and AI communication coach. And I'm very excited today because we started this company earlier this year, and this is the first time we are going to have a public demo. So it's demo day. So I'm going to do a demo just for convenience. I pre-recorded this. This is a communication coach, Mirro.ai, analyzing Steve's response to a tough questions. So watch out for emotional analysis on this side of the screen and the tips on this. Okay, let me start this. It's about 1 minute demo.
Yes. Mr. Jobs, you're a bright and influential man. Here it comes. It's sad and clear that on several counts you've discussed, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, you can please some of the people some of the time, but one of the hardest things when you're trying to affect change is that people like this gentleman are right in some areas. I'm sure that there are some things OpenDoc does, probably even more that I'm not familiar with, that nothing else out there does. And I'm sure that you can make some demos, maybe a small commercial app that demonstrates those things. The hardest thing is, how does that fit in to a cohesive, larger vision that's going to allow you to sell $8 billion, $10 billion of product a year?
So I'm going to stop at this and try to answer Steve's question. So I have got an app, I have a demo, and how do I monetize it? Where is that cohesive big picture, right? So that will be the rest of the presentation. Okay. All right. So Mirro.ai, we build this communication coach on one core insight, and that insight is this: root of all communication problems is that people are not good at sensing emotional states. It's either their own or their audiences. So the solution is actually very simple. The solution is to make emotional states visible when you're communicating. And that just changes, that awareness makes people good at connecting with each other, understanding each other, and that's why, communicate better. So how does Mirro does this, right? So there is a tone of voice, words used, and facial expression that the speaker is expressing, and that is analyzed by AI with a magic. Of course, we get exactly what emotional state that is being expressed. So what else Mirro does? It's not just plain AI API or a tool. It does emotional analysis of any speaker, any language, any accent, analyzes recordings, live meeting feedbacks on leading meeting platforms, large audience analytics. So if you are giving a webinar, if you want to see how your audience is doing, allows human coaches to scale their practice because they can now focus on key aspects that Mirro wants the coaches to work on, certifies your communication skills on LinkedIn, and much more. So Mirro is kind of creating this whole ecosystem. It's connecting ecosystem for communications with employees and entrepreneurs, LinkedIn and job seekers with its certification, coaches who want to scale, and corporate employees who want to grow their employees or hire the right employees and look at their communication skills. The communication market is actually booming year by year, growing 23% and it's going to reach 400 billion very soon. Our subscription model is our business model is a tiered subscription model, starting with very low $4.99 for mass markets, and then going up to Pro, which is $20 with additional functionality. In addition, we have group discounts for corporations and affiliate programs for coaches and influencers. Our go-to-market plan is simple. We will go with an MVP pilot with 100 plus individuals on our waiting list early next year, and follow up with the launch with our affiliated launch partners with a 5 million plus reach by Q2 of next year. In competitive landscape, Mirro is only one which is affordable and scalable, because most of the other areas of traditional models of coaching are human based, and then they cannot scale. And the other, the new AI, it's very booming right now. They are either generic or they are controlled by employers, and that makes people a little bit skeptical about using them. So the adoption is not that high. But Mirro is a complete emotional feedback and a private ecosystem that anybody can use. You don't have to be a part of an employee of a big corporation to get Mirro. The team, I'm Maithilee Samant, and I'm leading this team, and I have been in Agilent for a really long time, and I have a good experience for delivering very highly technical products to the market on time and with lean teams. So I actually have contracted a very top AI development team, Liquid Palladium. I have full full-time engineers there. It is just named as Europe's top 10 AI firms for 2022 by CIO Review magazine. And I get attract a lot of Gen Z developers, and I have some good interns that I'm working with. And in addition, I have fabulous mentors. Ido Tal is here, and then there are others, Rajeshri and Linda, who actually make me stay focused on the business. People want Mirro. There are coaches who want Mirro. There are facilitators who want Mirro, influencers. So whenever I demo Mirro, people really love it. We are raising a pre-seed angel round, 750K save with 20% discount and $6 million cap. And that's it. Thank you very much, and join us.
Thank you. Questions from the judges?
Yeah, Maithilee, I have a couple of quick questions. I love the potential for the technology, but one of my concerns in watching the presentation is that you seem to be monitoring and reporting the sentiment of the audience with a sort of emoticon system. And one of, I guess, the limitations to that is that, you know, our communication is highly multivariate and isn't captured by, you know, it's just a single emotion. And so I guess why did you choose the emoticon system over sort of a time series ongoing measure of a variety of different aspects of speech and intonation and emotional content?
Sure, a great question. So in the demo that you saw, it wasn't the audience's reaction, it was actually the reaction or the emotional state of the speaker, which was Steve Jobs. And so it wasn't the audience's, because I don't have the audience reaction recorded, right? But your question, the crux of that question is why emojis? Why not something more analytical? What I have found is that people quickly get emojis very quickly. They identify, it's very easy than having a small dashboard which is showing you some plots going on and all. By the way, we do have that if you want to see it. But when you want to quickly get that, right now people are very comfortable with emojis. That's the reason.
Absolutely. And from a B2C standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. I guess from a B2B standpoint, I can see a lot of organizations and applications interested in the a broader spectrum of the underlying data. And to follow up, I'm curious as well. How often are your models retrained? It seems like this is something that could be continually improved, and I'm sure it will no doubt be improved upon. Do you factor in ongoing shifts, but also the sort of the culture and the professional background of the speaker? Because clearly hard sciences, perhaps a research physicist is going to deliver a presentation in a much different tone than a corporate executive.
Yes, absolutely right. And in future, what we'll have is, target audience and the speaker style that we identify. And then we are actually working on a score, which will give you a score for a particular performance or particular recording that will tell you. And say we are calling it engagement score, and that score will be different. Like in case of a scientific presentation, you are not presenting a movie, so your engagement score doesn't have to be like in 90s. You can strike 60 and the Mirro will say, fantastic, that's what you got it. So there are some things we are thinking on that level. Yeah.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. I actually have, a follow-up question. You may have already answered part of it, but effective communication is two-way communication, is what I say and what I mean and what is being perceived. So the ideal communicator is somebody who can effectively transmit the message, and the message is received properly. So I would have expected a technology that grades me on both what I perceive and what the audience is perceiving. Are you thinking of that?
Yes, I'm thinking of that. So the first MVP that we are coming out is for influencers, which are like CEOs like us making pitches, or influencers who are going on YouTube. So typically they are just one-way communication. But yes, you are right. When you have in two-way communication, there is a different dynamics to rate the speaker. You're absolutely right. So we are thinking about rapport builder, how well you can develop a rapport with others, and there are ways to actually get the clues emotionally of two people if they are truly in rapport or not, and to coach them to get into rapport, to increase that communication and connection and sense of understanding each other. But you are absolutely right. This is just the first step.
And from a profitability revenue perspective, where do you see your biggest source of revenue? Is it a B2B, B2C play?
It will be a B2. It will start at a B2C, but I would go for B2B, because there are three pillars to our business model. One is to have the tiered subscription, which anybody can use. But the way we are launching it is through affiliate programs. So there are already coaches who have practice, who have lots of people who are coaching big corporation, but they can't scale. So it's kind of a hybrid. So we'll go through the coaches, get to that big accounts, and then it will be B2C as well.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions?
One question. So can you elaborate your go-to-market a little bit more? Because to me that you mentioned several different markets, complicated for earlier startups to have multiple market at the same time. So which one is your most important market?
That's a very good question. And the most important market is through the affiliate launch partners. And those are the people who are influencers and top coaches, top folks on emotional intelligence, who have great following, like 5 million or more. And they have committed people who want to get better. So we will start with them. That is going to be our focus. But as we do that, we can also open the door for anybody who wants to try this out. And that would be a different strategy. But first focus is to go through the launch partners. Does that answer your question, David?
Yes. That's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.